Hey Cancer, welcome to your reading. So I'm just going to read whatever comes out. If this reading does resonate, make sure that you visit www.brattystarot.com to book a personal either Zoom call with me or a pre-recorded reading with me. And if it doesn't resonate, make sure that you check for your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, and your Jupiter sign for a full picture, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at the theme. Show me the theme for Cancer. So you have house 9 in reverse. So there could be like a loss of faith here, or there could be something in regards to spirituality, religion, your own perspective, or possibly even travel. We got air, and maybe a lot of talking about it, or a lot of thinking about traveling, or a lot of thinking about a loss of faith, or even what your faith is, whether that's about religion, spirituality, or even people or your own emotions. You could be trying to think more logically with that air in the upright, and with the water in reverse, you could feel like your emotions are kind of out of whack. Here's the Mercury. So once again, this is about probably a lot of communication or a lot of racing thoughts for some of you. Let's go ahead and pull out the tarot. Show me Cancers. The Knight of Wands crowning your overall energy for March. The Queen of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, the Hanged Man, the Death in reverse, the Three of Swords, the Seven of Cups in reverse, and the Three of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the Empress in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Wowzers. You're taking action on something or someone. There's a lot of passion. There's a lot of drive, especially possibly like in regards to figuring out what it is that you believe in, or who it is that you believe in, or what your perspective is in regards to a very specific matter. It seems like you're trying to take your emotions out of it though and think a little bit more logically. But with emotions aside, there's still a lot of passion in regards to whatever this is that you're kind of chasing. There could be some insecurity around finances, or not feeling supported, or not feeling nurtured, or something of that nature. And there's that perspective again with that hangman energy, kind of like I was talking about. This is about gaining perspective, taking your time, looking at things a little bit differently, hanging back, etc. So maybe after some time of taking a lot of, initiation, or making a lot of passionate moves towards something or someone, you're kind of hanging back a little bit, and it could be due to some kind of insecurity financially or otherwise. And with that Death in reverse, it feels like there's something that's really hard to change, or there's something that's really hard to let go of, and you may be figuring out how to do that, or how to change something. There's some pain here with that Three of Swords, Seven of Cups in reverse, and the Three of Cups. You could be having like a reality check about a very painful situation from the past that you haven't let go of, or there could be a painful situation because you get a reality check about a specific person in your life. It's definitely messing with your self-worth or your self-value. It's causing a lot of insecurity, sleepless nights, anxiety, etc. Okay, so let's take a look at this Knight of Wands. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Show me the bottom line. All right, well, it gave me 2, and I'm going to give it to you because I absolutely adore my Cancers. It gave me 3. Love that. Page of Swords in reverse, the Hierophant in reverse, and the King of Pentacles. Once again, like a loss of faith, or it's interesting because there's something about like building a foundation off of false faith, or building a foundation off of iffy morals or values, or self-worth or something. And with that Empress in reverse that I saw before, it could be something in regards to that. Like, for instance, right? My whole life has been based around making money and trying to be beautiful. Why? Well, first of all, I have Lilith and Chiron in my second house of self-worth and self-value, right? And I'm also Venusian ruled, and my moon is in Taurus, blah, 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 right? So my whole life I grew up feeling like my value was based around how I look, and living up to other people's expectations and the money that I was bringing in, etc. And so that's what I based my value around, when come to find out the people that actually gave a damn about me didn't care about any of that. And so what I was doing was I was living for other people and based around their expectations instead of the ones that I had set for myself or that I should have set for myself. So it could be something like that, or it could be something like completely different. I'm just giving you an example. So the Knight of Wands, and I was getting like a loss of faith, and you know, I'm not saying like it's a dark night of the soul, but there's definitely a lot of racing thoughts is what I'm getting, like racing thoughts. Your emotions are kind of wonky. And you know, for a Cancer, you guys can be a little moody anyway. I love that about you. There's definitely something going on with that. What's that Five of Swords about? Magician in reverse. The Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands in reverse, the Nine of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Magician in reverse, clarifying the Five of Swords. You know, I'm gonna be completely honest, Cancer. I don't know if I totally love this. Now you, of course, could be this Queen of Wands in reverse, and this other person could be the Knight of Wands, but this is showing up in your energy. However, if this is you, there could be a little bit of self-doubt in regards to something, a little bit of anxiety, worry, jealousy, or, you know, you're kind of, some screws are being knocked loose a little bit. Let me put it that way. And so you may be using, because you're so stressed out by a specific situation, the loss of faith, the loss of self-worth, value, the jealousy, whatever it may be. Okay. You could be using underhanded tactics in order to get what it is that you want out of someone or something based around these emotions. And when I said that your emotions are a little wonky, I definitely feel like that still stands. There's more mental energy going on, but it's not the best mental energy, because it's like, wow, look at that aesthetic, honey. Okay, we love to see it. Um, yeah, shine through, Leo sun. Okay. Um, so it's like when we have like a loss of faith, or, you know, a loss of self-worth or self-value, or we can't see things correctly. Sometimes we start to feed off of our negative emotions, and we start to respond and react and live our lives through those instead of thinking logically. And there could be something that's going on with that, where you may be kind of pulling out of the bottom of the bucket out of pure desperation, or, you know, messed up emotions, or whatever it may be. And so you're kind of I'm not going to lie, you're like running rampant a little bit. I do feel like there's a completion coming here. Okay. Could be with something in regards to children, or it could be something in regards to like an old grudge or some old childhood wounds, or something with a soulmate, or whatever it may be. It seems like your motive is to avoid the crumbling of something while still being able to succeed at something else. So I don't know if it's like trying to avoid accountability, or it's just like you're trying to, you know, fall by the wayside while still trying to get what it is that you need done. I mean, I'm not entirely sure. I don't know your specific situation, but there's definitely something going on with that. So, and now also um, uh, keep in mind, Cancer, that there could be somebody who's jealous of you. Okay. Somebody who's jealous of you, somebody who's using underhanded tactics to mess with you, somebody who wants what you have, etc., and somebody who's very passionate about getting that. Okay. This person could be, you know, trying to win at all costs, basically. So let's take a look at that Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Like I said, like reverse the roles if you need to, guys, or whatever you need to do. Okay. The Eight of Pentacles in reverse. You could be getting bored with work, or bored with some kind of lifestyle you've been living, or bored with a job, bored of a routine. It's like you're showing up every day and nothing is changing. You're showing up every day for the same paycheck and the passion is gone. And it's like, maybe that's why that Knight of Wands is there, because it's like, if we're losing our faith, it's maybe because we feel like we don't have a purpose, or we don't know our purpose, or we may feel like things aren't going right in our life. But the reason why that happens sometimes is because we're not we need to be redirected in some way. And house 9 is naturally ruled by Jupiter. And sometimes when you're not on, I don't want to say you're not on the right path, but when you need to be nudged, let's say, in the proper direction in order to benefit you to its greatest degree, Jupiter will transit one of your houses in your natal chart, touching planets or whatever, and will bring blessings, but will also kind of nudge you in the right direction. And sometimes loss, or sometimes, things can get put on pause or whatever, but it's in order to get you living in your highest self or your purpose. 7 of Swords in reverse, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Woo! You may have some guilt about how you've handled money or your own resources in the past or even now. And you could be kind of like even regretting something with a job, taking on a job, whatever. Or for others of you, you could feel like you're being outsmarted at work or something like that. Like I said, there could be somebody using underhanded tactics, even if it's not at work, it's like in your day-to-day life. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Hangman, Cancer. The Lovers in reverse. Woo! 9 of Cups in reverse, 5 of Cups. Man, I'm not going to lie to you. There's a lot of sadness. There's a lot of regret over a wish that was unfulfilled. And you could also regret trying to let somebody in or allowing somebody to collaborate with you or working with somebody or even just trying to get on the same page with somebody. You could be regretting that right now. Sorry about this lighting, guys. My office this is just what it is right now. Okay, I guess I came in a little late. But you're kind of regretting it because you're like, damn, like this didn't work out. I tried to get on the same page with this person, or this person cheated on me, or why does this keep happening in my life? It's like you're gaining some form of perspective in regards to your love life, in regards to the type of partners that you attract, or the type of circumstances that you attract, or even really reflecting on decisions that you've made that were not necessarily in your highest good. And what you do with that is you don't make those decisions again. We have to make mistakes in order to know what we don't want and what we do want, and that's just a part of life. And I feel like that loss of faith or that loss of optimism, even because Jupiter can represent optimism, that loss of optimism, I feel like it's just coming from maybe this mundane life that you feel like you're living, or you feel like something is just like wash, rinse, repeat, wash, rinse, repeat, you know? So let's take a look at that Death card. Woo! I saw the Ace of Swords in reverse. Let's take a look at that Death in reverse for you, okay? The Sun, okay? There's that optimism coming right back in. Speaking of the Sun. Oh! The Devil, the Knight of Pentacles, 8 of Cups in reverse. Can I get one more for that Death in reverse, please? The 10 of Cups in reverse. I heard there's hope for you yet. And there is. There's a very strong determination to succeed at something. And it could be something that you're going back to in the past, whether it's a job, whether it's a person, or whether it's just you revisiting your own issues or how you've messed up in the past. Because like I said, you're doing a lot of looking back, and you're doing a lot of changing perspective and trying to gain perspective, etc. And there's something that's going on where you feel like maybe you've smiled, or you've put on a mask for too long, where you feel like you've had to smile and pretend like everything's fine and blah, blah, blah. And you felt like you couldn't change your own circumstances. And now you're kind of like, okay, I see where I messed up before. And now I know exactly what I need to do in order to change that. And you will. You could also feel like somebody's trying to stop you from succeeding, or stop you from getting to a goal, or stop you from, you know what I mean? And sometimes people are put in our lives to do that, to challenge us, or to see how bad we want it, to work for something. How bad do we really want it, right? And it's like, instead of the wash, rinse, repeat, if we're going to stick with the wash, rinse, repeat, then we're going to have to accept the consequences that possibly later down the line, we're going to look back and be like, oh, damn. Okay, I wish I would have just fought through it, or I wish I would have just pushed through it. And a lot of times people are put in our lives to challenge us in that way, or to, kind of put a barrier between us and what we want, because maybe there's something else for us that we're not seeing, something far better. And the universe is always working for you, never against you. But you have to understand that and believe that. And everything that you could ever want, the universe, God, whatever it is that you believe in, will give it to you. Three of Swords. Or it can. The Queen of Swords in reverse. The Strength, the Four of Pentacles in reverse, the Ten of Swords, the Three of Wands in reverse. Okay. What is this about specifically, that Three of Swords? The Ace of Wands in reverse. There could be like some infidelity that happened, or I don't want to say that infidelity will happen. Keep in mind, this is just tarot. Use your own intuition. You know what's going on in your life. These are general readings. Okay. So I don't want you to go freak out. Okay. But there's definitely something that's triggering you, because you could feel like there's somebody that was non-committal, is non-committal, or you could be lacking some form of inspiration in your life due to some form of betrayal that you can't believe that happened. It's like you're kind of holding on to some form of betrayal, which is essentially holding you back from taking an opportunity or taking a risk in another direction. And once again, this is that barrier. This is that barrier that is being put in front of you to see if you're going to push, or you're going to pull, or you're just going to wash, rinse, repeat. There's something that is trying to renew your sense of optimism. And it's like, I feel like you get it here when you start to take a step back and realize the problem, and realize where you played a part in something. And you're going to have the ability to possibly change that. And it could be in regards to a family situation, or a specific relationship situation. Okay. Children or something. Let's take a look at that Seven of Cups in reverse. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. The Page of Wands, the Queen of Cups in reverse. So I got like a hangnail thing. Sorry, I know that was so disgusting. Can I get one more for that Seven of Cups in reverse? The Three of Wands. Okay. Okay. 10 of Wands. All right. You're trying to figure out how to move forward, but there could be like something that is like embarrassing, or I don't want to say like you're not being humiliated or anything like that, but there's something where it kind of like you're having a reality check, and you could be like a little embarrassed by it, or you could start to really care about what somebody thinks. Or sorry, I feel like that's really blurry. Okay, great. But you're figuring out how to move forth. You're definitely moving forth with some newfound trust issues, or even some old trust issues that you've had from the past. But you are figuring out how to change something, how to move forth through positive change. And even though it hurts with whatever this is, you are moving. And that's the most important part. So instead of the wash, rinse, repeat, you're actually not repeating. You are moving forward. And that's probably the best thing that you could possibly do for yourself. So let's take a look at that Three of Cups. What's that about? The Tower in reverse. The King of Cups, the Devil. Give me one more. Queen of Cups. Love is in the air. The Ten of Swords, the Devil, the King of Cups. What is this? Now, what's going on between the King and the Queen of Cups, though? The Six of Wands in reverse. The King of Swords. There's definitely like a clear cut, straight to the point conversation that you and this King of Cups or this Queen of Cups is having. You're coming together with somebody that you've had a tower moment with, somebody that you could have had really good sex with or intimacy with. Okay. There could be like an addiction that the two of you have towards one another with this King and this Queen of Cups, Scorpio and Cancer energy. I feel like this person could be very obsessed with you, possibly. And I don't know if this is somebody that betrayed you. That certainly could be what it is. You guys could have had a harsh ending, or, there could have, maybe this person's going through another ending in their life that has absolutely nothing to do with you. But there's definitely a coming together of you and another person that have had a tower moment, or, her trying to avoid a tower moment. I do feel like something is coming to completion, but this is about some kind of serious conversation about like a fall from grace, or about somebody's pride, about somebody's ego, about somebody feeling entitled, or about maybe you're not feeling appreciated in a situation, For some of you, you're just straight up talking to a therapist. Okay. Give me one more for this bottom line. Are you going to be nice enough to give me a pop out today? Okay. The Four of Wands and the Ace of Swords. I heard the truth will set you free. The Page of Swords in reverse, the Hierophant in reverse, the King of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, and the Ace of Swords in reverse. It's like, I feel like you think that you know the truth about something, and I'm not really sure if you do. Okay. That doesn't mean that you don't know some of the truth, but I think that maybe you're assuming something. Maybe you're assuming that people expect a certain viewpoint from you, or expect you to show up in full-blown makeup every day and make thousands and thousands of dollars every month, or or whatever. Or maybe you are assuming something about a religion or a spiritual belief, and that's what you've essentially grounded yourself on, or what you feel like has really freed you. Or even if it's a perspective, if it's a faulty perspective, and it's like you're clinging on to something that isn't necessarily beneficial for you. It could be like, and please don't think this is not me like crapping on anybody's spiritual or religious beliefs. Hey, you believe whatever you believe, that's your business. Okay. I don't try to push, I'm not Hierophant in reverse. All right. I'm not trying to push anything on anybody, but let's just say, for instance, right? Let's say that you were raised Catholic. Okay. Just shits and giggles. All right. Use whatever you want. Say you were raised Catholic your entire life, and that's all you've ever known, and you just maybe don't know that much about it, but you just know that that is what your family believes, and that is what is, and that's just what it's always going to be. And it's like you've never really explored anything else, and maybe somebody comes around and gives you a different viewpoint, and like you're kind of like, okay, well, or something, or maybe it's about your morals, your values, or what have you. But I feel like maybe exploring some ideas, or possibly even traveling, or doing something that's going to gain you some newfound optimism in regards to whatever situation you've got going on here. Okay, give me one more. So this is telling you to stay grounded here. And then we have fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites and extremes of life. So this is about seeing the other side of the coin, giving yourself an opportunity to look at the other side of the coin, maybe finding some perspective there, which is then going to reinstate your sense of optimism, your belief systems, your hope, etc. And then it says the seas of Mintaka, seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. So, Cancer, what are your subconscious things or unconscious things that you do on a daily basis that maybe aren't true to you, that were just simply expected of you? Take a look at that. So take 2 of these and call me in the morning. I'm just kidding. So Cancer, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, www.brattystarot.com is where it's at. I do offer one-on-one Zoom readings, and I offer pre-recorded readings as well. If you're into creative writing and you'd like to read my writing, make sure that you follow my social media platforms, and that will be available on the screen. And also, if you have not subscribed, make sure that you do that. Comment in the comment section. I'd absolutely love to hear from you, and make sure you like this video if it resonated. I love you so much, Cancer, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.